What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here, and in this video I want to talk about where we go as an NRS community, as a Mortal Kombat community in the in-between period, from now up until the next NRS game is announced slash released. I think that time frame we're looking at is somewhere between a year and a half to 2 years, no sooner than a year and a half, no later than 2 years. So 18 to 24 month time period. But I mean, where do we go from now until then? Well, in the immediate future, we have MKX on Twitch Rivals. So this Monday, May 24th, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, over on Maximilian stream, we have a 32-man invite bracket MKX tournament, commentated by Ketchup and Mustard. This event looks to be pretty cool. I know a lot of people are looking forward to playing in it and watching it. But May 24th comes, and May 24th goes. And then we wake up on May 25th. Now what do we do? So, as we continue to monitor this merger, as AT&T is taking Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment and merging that with Discovery News, and I guess it's coming up, they're going to form a new company. It appears that, NRS will be one of the studios affected in this. And I don't think this has any lasting effect as far as the next title. Like we heard it's a Marvel title or Marvel versus DC, one of those two type of games, I don't think that affects that timeline. So regardless of what happens here, 18 to 24 months, we still get that game. But for Mortal Kombat 11, I do think this spells the end of the updates. I think whatever we have received for MK11 is all we are going to get for the game. I don't see a Combat Pack 3 in the game's future. I don't see a major patch in the game's future. I think it is what it is, and that's what it's going to be going forward. I just, I would love to be wrong on this. I know the community's kind of split, right? You have half the community who's like, I have faith, I know something's going to happen. Then the other half is like, nah, probably not. I would love to be wrong on this. I think everyone who's on this side of things would all love to be wrong on this and we get that update. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think, especially with this going on, I think there's way too much influx in the immediate right now for anything MK11 to really happen. But going forward, I don't think anything changes. I don't think the future of Mortal Kombat is in jeopardy or the next title is in jeopardy. And I do think it keeps that timeline that I think most of us assume they are on. With that being said, what do we do, between now and then? May 24th comes, May 24th goes. Most people are going to go back to MK11. You have a couple of events. So you have the Pro Series, which the qualifiers conclude June 6th, I believe. And then there's the finale that's going to happen all through June and part of July. And then the return of Offline comes back. CEO returns in Orlando, Florida, December 3rd through 5th. And I will 100% be at this event. I'll be there at the bar because barring an overhaul to MK11, I'm just, I can't play it. And that's no offense to the game. I don't mean to say it offensively. It's just a game that I find way too boring, way too incomplete to really grind right now. So, and of course, if they do tournaments like MK9, MKX, etc., other games, I'll be glad to enter those events and compete and, kind of give my supporters a show. But MK11, probably not. I'll be there at the bar, I guess, But we have this event, obviously. MK11 will be there. I play MK11 every day just in case we do get that update. I lab it every day. I lab MKX I was playing MKX every day as well. I was streaming it quite a bit just in case I got invited to Twitch Rivals, which unfortunately I did not. But I do play MK11 every day, just, lab it in practice mode, just in case we all get that patch that we hope we're getting. But if we don't, does MK11, come CEO, that's, a little more than 6 months from now. Probably 6 months after the qualifiers. So after the qualifiers are over, 6 months from then, 5-6 months from then, you get CEO. Does MK11 have the lasting power to go, not just 6 months from then, but several months even from now, even more than that from now? If nothing changes, which I don't believe it will, given the state of the current situation, does it have enough to keep going? I don't really think so. And what are people going to do? Are they going to go back to MKX after all this is over? I mean, MK9 and Injustice 1 are unplayable. The netcode is just unplayable. Can't be done. It's really, really bad. Even with Parsec, it's still kind of sketchy. And, MKX seems to be one of the popular choices. It's on PS5. It's on PS4. It's got rollback GGPO netcode, all that good stuff. Injustice 2, people could use, but it's not on, PS5. So a game like MKX is on PC, and the next-gen consoles, PS4. Just an easier game to use. But of course, you could use MK11 as well. But do either one of these games really have the power to kind of keep the community going? Well, let's just, for one thing, let's take a look at the next title. Marvel versus DC, let's just say. What if it's if it's a 1v1 traditional game, I think more people in the NRS community will kind of get into it. If it's kind of like a crazy tag kind of game, to me, those are mainstream games, but mainstream in kind of a niche way, if that makes sense. The kind of crazy tag games, I think, works great for superhero games, but that's not always people's cup of tea. So what happens for the people who like the more MK style of games, the 1v1 type of games, or just Mortal Kombat in general? Well, for Mortal Kombat, you're looking at probably 5 years before you get the next MK title. Does MK11 have the ability to last the next 5 years? Probably not. Does MKX, can it last 5 more years? It's already out 5 years. I don't know that Injustice 2 can, and MK9 and Injustice 1 are, again, unplayable now, let alone 10 years. 5 years from now. So at that point, MK9 will be 15 years old. So what does the community do? What do we do? Where do we go from here? Are they going to do MKX tournaments, Injustice 2 tournaments? Are they going to do, exhibitions for the game? Is CEO going to have MKX as well as, are they going to bring other NRS games as well? Or is it going to be just MK11? As we wait over the next year and a half, what are we going to do when offline comes back? Just, again, with online still, we have, are we going to do more games like this? Or is it going to be only MK11 still? And when the next title comes out, what is is it going to just be strictly that? Again, what if it's a tag game? What if it's something people don't want to get into? There are a lot of possibilities here. I do think it's going to be a fun game. Absolutely. I think it'll be worth getting into, whatever it is. Who doesn't like Marvel? Who doesn't like DC? That's a very iconic title that I think pretty much has the potential to be the greatest selling fighting game of all time by a mile that will probably never be broken. But yeah, I'm just curious, what do we do as a community? Where do we go? What's going to happen? What are you guys going to be doing? What are you guys going to be up to? Let me know in the comments. It'll be interesting to see how we pass the time of the next year and a half, what happens with the next title, of how it turns out, and what happens going forward in whatever is going to come with our community, be it the next MK game, how long it's going to be, if there's no MK11 news, what we're going to do, between now and whatever. So again, always curious to hear what you guys think, what you guys are going to be up to. Let me know what you guys would like to see happen, what you guys think is going to happen. As always, I really want to thank all of you guys for all the support. It really means a lot. I really appreciate it. And thanks so much for taking the time to watch my videos. Stay tuned for more content.